Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming here from Pony Island where the fairy type stars are looking to get their third victory in a row before they go into their bye this season, but also looking to get their third victory in a row are the Legendaries, who are showing that they can be a rejuvenated side. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the fairy types? Will it be the delta types? Let's go! And the Legendaries are currently sitting one spot out of a leader's 8 position, as well as they're going to start out with Glaceon and Sylveon. It is going to be Grimmsnarl and Ninetales starting out for the Pony Stars, and with that Snow Warning ability from Ninetales, it does start to snow over the field, and Ninetales is going to go for the spin out onto Glaceon. This is super effective as well, and does cut into that speed a great deal of Ninetales, as Glaceon is going to respond with a spin out of its own also onto its fellow Ice type, doing a great deal more damage. With that super effective move, Ninetales is able to hang on though, being put into knockout range. Sylveon goes with the Heart Swap instead of going for the easy elimination, switching those stat changes, so Sylveon's actually going to have that lowered speed now, and we get the Poison Jab from Grimmsnarl onto Glaceon, which would have been super effective onto Sylveon, but we get the Temper Flare here from Ninetales onto Sylveon. Yet again, they should have gone for Glaceon with that move, but Grimmsnarl follows it up with the Incinerate, putting Glaceon into knockout range with that super effective move and burning up the Leopard Berries of the two Delta types on the field at the moment, as Glaceon is going to go with the Rise in Voltage onto Grimmsnarl, who gets in some really good damage, and Sylveon does follow it up with the Grass Clutch. They've switched their focus to Grimmsnarl, as Ninetales is an easy target, goes with the Soak onto Glaceon now, so it is going to become a Water type evolution. Just imagine. As Grimmsnarl follows it up with the Dragon Pulse, but it goes for Sylveon. Grimmsnarl should know better, being a part Fairy type, and Glaceon goes with the Pain Split. Very clever, because it does share that pain with Grimmsnarl, so it is able to gain some health back, and Sylveon follows it up with the Withdraw, so it is going to get a nice defense boost here. And Ninetales is going to respond with the Bulldoze, connecting with everybody on the field. It actually puts Grimmsnarl into knockout range, lowering everybody's speed in the process, and it does put Glaceon into knockout range as well. But Grimmsnarl could capitalize. It goes with the Aqua Ring. Very clever, because it is going to surround itself with that Veil of Water, and it is going to have its health restored. But we get the Air Cutter from Glaceon, and that completes a huge play, taking out both Grimmsnarl and Ninetales at the same time. Sylveon just needs to not make an error here right now and be reckless, going for the low kick, but it does fail. And now out comes Florges for the Pony Stars, and it is going to be joined by Carbink with those massive defenses, as well as Florges goes for the triple axle on to Sylveon here, getting a little bit stronger with every connection, connecting with all three of the triple axle here. And Carbink is going to follow it up with the Flail, putting Sylveon into knockout range, but Glaceon is going to respond with the Boom Burst, and it actually takes Sylveon out of this matchup. It is taking out 3 Fairy types, but unfortunately one of them is its own teammate. I do not know what the Water type Glaceon was thinking just there, as that snow does stop over the field, and now out comes Espeon for the Lentil Neos, immediately going for the extreme speed, which is not very effective on the part Rock type Carbink, and Florges is looking capitalized, going with the Temper Flare on to Espeon, getting in some good damage there, as Carbink follows it up with the Air Cutter, and Glaceon is able to hang on by a thread, allowing it to set up for the Sky Attack. It is going to become cloaked in that harsh light as those wings take flight, but it is still on the field, so it can still take damage. Espeon with the Dragon Hammer. This is not going to work, because the Fairy types are immune to Dragon type moves. This allows Florges to go with the Defense Curl, boosting that physical defense, but it is much more of a specially defensive Pokemon. 154 base special defense, but we get the Flare Blitz from Carbink to finish off that Water type Glaceon, so it's not very effective, but effective enough to get the elimination there, and it will be unable to finish that Sky Attack, as there is a little bit of recoil damage for Carbink. And out comes Flareon for the Lentil Neos. Espeon is going to go for the round, continuing to focus in on Carbink here with these not very effective moves. And Florges is going to go for the Giga Impact onto Espeon, and it gets the elimination. A fantastic response, as the Pony Stars have just taken the lead from the Lentineos. Flareon, though, is going to go for the Glare onto Florges, clearly not appreciating it, taking out its teammates, and it is going to leave Florges with that paralysis, so it will be slowed down, potentially unable to move, as well as Carbink is going to go for the Skill Swap, focusing in on Flareon here. So that Sturdy goes to Flareon, but the Flash Fire actually goes to Carbink, so it has become immune to fire type moves, and it will get a boost if it is targeted. As out comes Jolteon for the Lentineos, immediately going for the Blast, but thankfully it didn't go for Carbink, doing massive damage to Florges. Flareon follows it up with the Frost Breath, but that is going to be avoided, allowing Carbon to go for the Water Shuriken. It should have gone for Flareon, it would have been super effective, but instead it goes for Jolteon. It needs to get all 5, but it only gets 2, so it doesn't get that much damage in, but Florges does have to recharge. However, so does Jolteon. Flareon needs to do its part, going with the alluring voice onto Florges, putting it into knockout range. Carbink, however, is going to go for the Fire Fang, and it does actually connect with Flareon now because it doesn't have that Flash Fire ability. Florges is unable to move due to its paralysis, and Jolteon could capitalize going for the Thunder Wave, but it must, and it does, it goes for Florges, who's already paralyzed. Flareon, however, does go for the Growl, which is going to lower that physical attack of both Florges and Carbink here on the field. And Carbink is going to go for the Rising Voltage onto Flareon, doing very little damage, but Florges yet again unable to move due to its paralysis. This is great for the Lentil Neos, as Jolteon is going to go for the Hydro Steam, and it goes for Carbink, putting it into knockout range with that super effective move, capitalizing on its part rock typing. Flareon sets up the Sandstorm, which doesn't actually benefit the Lentil Neos. Carbink, however, I'm sure it is going to appreciate that, and it responds with the Terra Blast onto Flareon, not getting in that much damage, however, as Florges has finally shaken that paralysis to go for the Vice Grip, and they're focusing in onto Flareon now. But there's that Sandstorm that is going to do damage to both Jolteon and Flareon, which Flareon set up is also going to do damage to Florges, who needs to hold on here, and it is able to. However, Jolteon could finish it off going for the Alluring Voice, and Florges has been eliminated to level the playing field. There are 3 Pokemon remaining for both sides, and Flareon, looking to follow it up, goes with the Hammer Arm. But Carbink is able to avoid that move, and it looks to respond with the Smog on to Flareon, and it's left it with that poison. It didn't get in that much damage, but that poisoning could be crucial because this could actually finish off Flareon, as that Sandstorm is going to do a little bit of chip damage to both of the evolutions, putting Flareon into knockout range. It needs to hang on from this poisoning, and it is able to, so it is still in the match, as out comes Gallade for the Pony Stars, the Terrestrial Draftee. Gallade has been having a much better season as a Fairy type than what it did last season as a Fighting type. And we look to see if it can capitalize here yet again today on Pony Island, but Jolteon still with that speed control immediately goes for the Earth Power onto Gallade, getting in some great damage there, but Gallade is going to respond with the Fire Lash, eliminating Flareon with a Fire type move. The fact that they got rid of that Flash Fire is amazing for the Pony Stars, putting them back in front. We get the Peck from Carbink, not very effective there on the Electric type evolution, but that Sandstorm is going to do a little bit of extra damage to Jolteon. However, it does do damage to Gallade as well here, and out comes Umbreon as the last Pokemon for the Lentil Neos. We get the Frost Breath from Jolteon, trying to take out Carbink, and it is successful with that critical hit, a very crucial time to get that play level in the playing field at 2v2. We get the Electro Shot set up from Gallade. It needs to go for Espeon with that because Jolteon has that Volt Absorb ability. There is a special attack boost for Gallade as well. Espeon is going to go for the Lumina Crash, going on the offensive on to Gallade here, lowering its special defense in the process, and there is that Sandstorm doing damage to everybody on the field. Yet again, Gallade with that boosted special attack, it needs to go for Espeon, otherwise Jolteon will just have its health restored, as it is Flutter Mane, the last Pokemon for the Pony Stars, immediately going for the Flame Wheel onto Espeon. Doesn't do that much damage, but Jolteon's going to respond with the Morning Sun. It is looking to restore its health already, and Gallade could top it up, but again, it needs to go for Espeon. It goes for the Electro Shot, and it does. It goes for Jolteon. What is it thinking? That could be a massive mistake. This allows Espeon to go for the Dire Claw, and it's super effective, eliminating Gallade from this matchup. And I have just called it Espeon. I meant Umbreon. I do apologize if I have been doing that during this matchup. With all these evolutions on the field, it can get confusing as that Sandstorm finally subsides. We have Flutter Mane going for the Brick Break on to Umbreon. Super effective. Jolteon is going to respond, however, with the Lick, getting in a great super effective hit there onto Flutter Mane. And Umbreon follows up with the Stone Edge. They are going on the offensive. Flutter Mane has been put into knockout range, and Jolteon follows it up with the Dragon Darts, but the Fairy types are immune. That is what Flutter Mane needs to be able to respond. However, Umbreon goes with the Fire Blast, and it eliminates Flutter Mane from this matchup, and in the end, the Lentil Neos are able to capitalize on that mistargeted Electro Shot to run away with it here. In the end, that was a massive mistake for the Pony Stars, and in doing so, it actually allows the Neos to jump the Stars on the leaderboard. As next round, the Neos will be going up against the Lumios Yellows, whereas the Stars next round have a bite, and maybe that is what they need, as after that they will be going up against the Viridian Magma. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.